Greetings all, Vanna here for Gemini's weekend message. Gemini, two cards came out for you. The Hierophant in the upright position and the King of Wands in the reverse position. Now the Hierophant is very close because it is the card that represents Taurus itself. I am a Taurus sun with several in my planetary bodies. However, I have a very difficult relationship with this card because I'm not quite sure what its technical meaning is. What I gain a lot from it is being in a position of power, authority, people looking to you to know something. Because the Hierophant there is a sort of priest or minister, and he has disciples or acolytes that are coming to ask him, what does he need to do? Where do they need to go? With the King of Wands here, I almost feel like ambition and ego may get in the way of that duty, or you might feel like you're not quite ready to be an authority figure, to be the one that people are coming in and asking questions for, because there's of course the gravity of they're looking to you for an answer, and if something goes wrong, you feel that blame for it. However, I want to take a moment to remind you that your belief in yourself, how you think about yourself, frames so much of what you do. If you go into something with the anxiety thinking you're going to fail, you will fuck up at every turn and moment. Live your life actively instead of passively letting it happen around you. The Hierophant steps up and claims their power with their staff and their intuition. That is heaven and earth together. So please, my love, I don't want you to be afraid of the new role or direction that your life is taking. I feel like it could disrupt you. I feel like it could throw you a little off balance, just the shift that your life was taking from being someone that was always told what to do to being the boss. And it may be shocking, it may be scary, but also I don't want it to go to your head. I don't want you to be really egotistical and thinking you know the answers to everything, because you truly don't. You are a human, which means we're inherently flawed and incomplete, because this mortal vessel cannot initially hold everything that our soul requires, all the power, all the knowledge, all the gifts. We have to learn how to lean into that, hone that, and how they manifest in our own lives, such as our intuition, clairvoyance, clairaudience, energy sensitivity, empathic natures. These are all gifts that we have access to, but we have to learn how they manifest in our own lives. The star is coming out in reverse, and I really feel like you have been thrown off of your game. You've been thrown off of what you believe you can do and what you believe you deserve. So you've lowered yourself to this point of, I'm just going to take care of people and I'm just going to fix things, because then that's going to make the people around me happy and then I'm going to be happy. No, my love, that is toxic. And speaking of someone that's working to try to get herself out of a similar situation, you solving the problems for everyone else, you fixing the situation for everyone else is not going to make you happy. It's going to make you exhausted and make your actions expected by the people who need to be learning how to do the things them damn selves. Because if you are always taking care of things for people, if you are always picking things up, and I'm not speaking of children, because of course you have to take care of, I'm speaking of grown-ass adults. If you are still fixing all of their problems, you need to remove yourself from that energy, because they're not growing, because they're just expecting you to clean up everything. Whether these are your children, your spouse, extended family that may be living with you, if you are always filling your cup for other people, you will be left with nothing but an empty vessel, depression, anxiety, and you wondering why you never got to where you wanted to be. You had the dreams, you had the ambitions and the mindset, but you poured out too much of yourself into other people. And the Hierophant is wanting you to claim back your power from them. Take it back from them. And don't feel sorry when things start going wrong. Because that should just be more evidence of how much power you have. When you pull your energy away from someone and things start going wrong in their lives, that's for them to figure out. They have to figure that out now because you insisted on taking lessons from them. You insisted on taking up the mantle from them that they were meant to learn through, that they were meant to work through. And it's one of the biggest challenges we face as spiritual warriors and leaders, is that we want to tell people that you don't have to do this alone, that they don't have to face these hells, that they don't have to go through these things, that there's another way. But sometimes they have to realize that there is another way. Sometimes they have to go through that imprisonment to realize they had the wings that they needed to fly. You cannot give them wings, and you cannot give them your wings. Do not give up your freedom, your love, and your light for the sake of someone else's happiness because you think that's what you're supposed to do. That is not, my love. It is not our job as spiritual warriors to be self-sacrificing. That we are put in that position too often because egos tell us that is what we should do. Because people tell us that is what we need to do, and people begin to expect that from us, and we are conditioned to continue to do that. To continue to just be that quiet, at-the-hip housemaker who's taking care of the children, making sure that food is on the table. Rewrite that story, because until you do, people will always see you as that one role, as the villain, as the hero. I almost said the velo. Like, no matter what you do, you're the villain and the hero. No matter what you do, you're good and bad in this situation, and that is fucking toxic. I have been staring at 11:11 on my clock right now because that's the time that it is. And I keep catching 333, 555. There are major changes going on right now, Gemini, and you need to lean into it because you are leveling up in ways that you have never even imagined before. So don't go into this with the needing the approval from anyone else, because having expectations is going to leave you disappointed. Paint the sun back in your sky, my love, because it has been gone for far too long. It has been dimmed, diminished, and stolen from for far too long because people were trying to take from you what was brilliant in yours because they were lacking, because they were afraid, because they didn't want to be alone. So they would rather bring you down to where they are than do the work to meet you where you are. You are worth so much. So be honest with yourself. What do you deserve? Are you actually happy where you are? Or are you trying to play strong for the people around you? And I understand, my love. I have to play strong too. Yeah, Lovers at the bottom of the deck. It can be a very toxic relationship. The root of the Lovers is passion, and the King of Wands here in reverse again. That's another passion card. Someone has stolen your passion and your energy and taken it away from what you need to focus on. Redirect, reframe, and remove what does not serve your greatest and highest good. And sadly, my love, sometimes that means people fall out of your lives. But like a sifter, it has to fall out if it is not meant to be there. If it is not full of enough substance that it does not fall through the grate, it is going to be removed because it's not supposed to be there for you. So when you choose you, when you decide you're worth happiness and love, and people start falling out of your life, think about why they're falling out. Because they clearly did not serve your greatest and highest good. They did not serve your ultimate, most divine happiness. And our mortal lives are too short on this world to be doing anything but that. Have a beautiful day, my love.